Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to give my opinion, my final review on Dragon's Dogma 2, which I have, and I know you have seen a plethora of people's opinions about the game. And I might as well just get into what I feel as though the game is worth. As you know, just from the start, I play on the PS5. I do have a computer, but I don't have it on a computer. I have friends who have it on a computer who I've watched play and stream, and so I've seen the difficulties and stuff like that and the performance issues with the PC. Now, having said that, I would give the game out of 10 an 8, maybe an 8.5, because I don't take away from the game's actual gameplay. The performance to me is a separate issue, so I don't sit there and say, well, since I can't play it, it's bad. No, since I can't play it, I don't know. Clear as day. If I can't play it, I don't know what the gameplay is. So I can't say that the gameplay is bad or the game is bad. The performance is bad. So that's why I would give the game itself. Some of the things I like about the game is what the I'm actually playing talking, so some of the things I like about the game is I love the pawn system. I really do. I think it's fantastic. I don't want a party that is quiet. I've seen people talk about how their the pawns talk too much. No, I think that's a silly notion. I personally don't want to have a party and everyone is quiet. You know. So I actually really like the pawn system. I like the fact that they get Dragon's Plague. I do. And in fact, he killed the shit out of my town. My pawn, yeah. Where is he? Ken, where are you? Okay. So Ken's my pawn, and the first time I ran into Dragon's Plague, I didn't know. Like, I had the little pop-up screen that lets you know what Dragon's Plague actually is, but I didn't know like the function and that, you know, you can actually see if they have it or not with their eyes and all that. So I didn't know. So I was in Venworth, and he killed the entire town. So I do know the ups and downs of Dragon's Plague quite thoroughly. The number two is I actually love the combat. The combat is amazing. I think my favorite class probably is Magic Archer, Thief, and I like my pawn to either like compensate for like my lack of hitting. So he's either a warrior or a what is the two-handed called? I forget. He's either that or a warrior. So I really like the combat in the game. I love exploring in the game. I think it's very rewarding to be able to have an open world and then be attacked. I also have seen people complain about the type of enemies where they're like, well, it's not a variety of enemies. It's like, how much do you want? What do you want? How much do you want? Like, I feel like you can never satisfy people, especially people who complain about like everything. Not even just people who are complaining about the performance issues. I get that. I do. I get that. But now we're talking about. I'm like, so a Medusa's not great. A Griffin's not great. A Chimera's not great. A Golem's not great. What is those big? What is those big ass things with the horns? So they're not great. And the other big ass monsters with that do that fucking attack where it just jumps across the screen. That's not great. The Saurians is not great. The rock hard Saurians where you hit them and they bounce back off your blade. That's not great. Like I don't, I don't understand. I don't get it, dude. I think that the plethora of enemies are really great, and I like the fact that there's a lot of goblins. That's the basic enemy in the game. They're the basic of the basic, and they come in groups. I don't think that a game has to be hard in order for it to be a good game. Like if you like Elden Ring, Dark Souls, stuff like that, cool. Have your game that's difficult to play, but that doesn't make the game good. It doesn't. I'm sorry. You got that. It just doesn't make the game good. It just makes the game difficult. And if you like a game to be difficult, then have at it. I'm gonna see if they get one more thing that I like about the game, like the most. I still like the pawn system. I love the fact that the pawns can go out into each player's world and have them and still gain that information and take it back to their original arisen that they have, their master. And I think that it's just so fucking cool, dude. I just do. I think having that system together where it actually functions and works that way is amazing. So I really like that. And then of course the smaller things. I like the creator character creation. I think is amazing. I'm glad you can make your own pawn. I think the first game compared to this, the first game was fucking torture. I don't know if anyone played the first game, but it was also pretty good. It was also not as fluid with the understanding to me. This is more fluid. Um, and that's how I feel about the game. Overall, I think the game's amazing. The fucking fights are amazing. The enemies are amazing. The only thing that I would say, there's a few things I would say that I don't like all the way, is the movement. Sometimes the movement is really wonky. Like when she runs and jumps, or when you're running. When you're running like this. Say you're running fast, and then she goes like this. Like there's this crazy delay, and I'm like, dude, I hate that. Is somebody talking to me? What? Okay. And so, yeah, it's definitely a little wonky. The running and stuff like that, it can get a little crazy on you. Especially if you're trying to like jump, and she'll do some crazy stuff. So it's not that the game itself is like so perfect. It's 8.5. It's amazing. The story's good. You have secret bosses. You have your caves. You have your exploration. You have all these things that make the game amazing in itself. Look at the fucking ox cart. I have to do that goddamn quest. But it's amazing. And I just wanted to come on here and actually give like my final. I have so many hours in this game. So, I've been everywhere. I've done a lot. I'm playing on Twitch right now, just going through New Game Plus, just finishing it on Twitch. And I post some of the stream from Twitch to YouTube at times. But I just wanted to come on and let you know what I think about the game. I think it's amazing. I'm really sad that some people can't play it on PC. Like, that's like the biggest thing, performance, of course. But it doesn't diminish the actual game itself to me. So I'm glad you guys, whoever can enjoy the game, enjoys the game. I think I like left a review on like Google or something. I don't know. But thank you guys for watching. Tell me in the comments what you feel about the game. Like, I know that the performance on PC isn't good, and the microtransactions is basically not there. Like, you don't have to buy it. like almost anything in the world, you do not have to buy it. And I know people will say, well, they shouldn't give it to you. Bullshit. In anything in the world, they're going to offer it to you to see if you're going to buy it or not. You don't have to buy it. Like, what the hell? You don't need to buy it at all. It doesn't affect gameplay. You can't buy levels, none of that. And it's so strange that they do it in a solo game, of course, but that's just what they did. And they do it in other games as well. Resident Evil 4, I think, or something like that. But let me get over here and stop talking. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Twitch, because I'm usually over there, and subscribe, and tell me down in the comments what you think about the game. I know that a lot of people play on PC. I do not. I didn't run into any problems on the console. I'm on PS5, of course, and I have seen a couple of my friends play on PC, which looked okay. There was some frame rate drops and some lag, but he was having a ball. He was having a great time. But I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.